Hey everybody, Sam here. I am currently in the parking lot at Walgreens. I've had kind of a day, so I decided to do something to boost my mood a little bit and share with you guys my revert story. Here it goes. And yes, that is baby Imani sleeping in the background. So I'll start it with I was brought up Christian. We weren't like super practicing, we celebrated Christmas, but that's more of an American culture thing at this point. Everybody celebrates Christmas that's not like Muslim or Jewish. I think even like atheists celebrate Christmas. But anyways, so yeah, I was brought up Christian. I've had a lot of different experiences in my life, some really good and some really bad, and that influenced my choices as a teenager. I was pretty wild. I rebelled in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? I was super into self-medicating. I smoked a lot of weed coming up, as a teenager. And I mention that because Islam changed a lot in my life. So I bring up the bad stuff so you can understand why, Islam was so good for me. So I was 16. Me and my mom and family, we moved to another house in Detroit. There was a Muslim family across the street. And before then, keep in mind, I cannot tell you a time where I had personally interacted with a Muslim. And if I did, they were probably non-Arab and men, because I can tell you I'd never knowingly looked at a woman in a scarf even. You know what I'm saying? So my perception of the religion was, they're all Arabs. That's usually what kids think about Muslims, and they hate Americans, and that's pretty much the knowledge that I had. They prayed 5 times a day. I learned that in school, but that was it, as far as world religion studies or whatever. But yeah, so my knowledge in Islam was not little, but completely misinformed. So yeah, meeting them was like an awakening, you know what I'm saying? So seeing these people that are so sweet, and the daughter didn't wear a scarf, but the mom did, and the dad was super religious. He fasted outside of Ramadan. So like it was nice to see the difference in what I thought versus the reality. And then going forward, I had met someone who, I remember my first interaction was talking about a Marilyn Monroe tattoo that I wanted to get on my back, and he was like, but why though? That's really dumb. So he just instilled in me to basically think before you act, simple stuff. He also, over the time, okay, so first of all, I'm talking about my husband. Everybody knows that I've been married for basically a decade at this point, and before I go further into details, I want to make something very clear with you all. I am not Muslim because I wanted to marry my husband. I am Muslim because Islam is what's right for me in my heart. And regardless of my relationship with him, I would still be Muslim. So please do not accuse me of faking my religion for a man, because it's very common and I'm aware of that, but I'm surely not the case. Anyways, so we met, and we would argue about a lot of things. Mostly I was wrong, because a lot of things that my side of the argument would just be stupid, immature, kids wanting to get their way type of stuff. So, we would talk about religion, and he taught me a lot. And at first, the idea of hijab was like, why do I have to cover? I didn't understand, why do I have to do something and you don't? And first of all, I was wrong, because men have to cover too. They just have different ways of covering. And I didn't understand at first the value of modesty in general. And then even when you take away all the other things, hijab is for God. You do it to show your dedication and love for God. That's just like the basics of it. So when I understood that, or when he explained that to me, it was such a beautiful thing. And furthermore, the more I learned about Islam, the more I kind of decided that I needed it, because Islam is not just a religion. It's a way of life. It's every aspect of your life. Eating with your right hand and not your left. Saying Bismillah before you take a bite. There are a lot of parts of Islam that is a positive influence in different aspects of your life. And I saw that learning it. You know, I saw how beautiful someone's perception on the world can be when they're looking at it through the eyes of Islam. And that sounded so corny coming out. I swear to God, I didn't mean to sound so corny. But oh, I'm being loud. Sorry, baby. But yeah, so we were friends, and we would talk about religion and, you know, our lives and what we want to do with our lives, you know, growing up and stuff like that. And, you know, I decided that I wanted to be Muslim. And through this time, at the time, I did go through a point of confusion. I don't know, because I was trying to figure out, you know, I was 16, 17, I was young. We don't think clearly when we're teenagers. So I was struggling with understanding my own feelings of whether or not I loved Islam or if I loved my husband, or both. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out if I was doing this like 100% for me, or if I was being, you know, the typical teenage girl, just trying to make her, you know, this guy that she liked, like her back. You know what I'm saying? And it was a tough time for me. But when I can't tell you for certain the moment, but there was a moment, and I just, like, I needed Islam, but I needed him too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a package deal, kind of. Like, I knew I could be Muslim on my own because I feel it in my heart, and I believe, you know, the teachings of Islam. But he just brings it out on me. He makes me try harder to be a better Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just wake up in the morning and I need to pray. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that person for me. So I love him for so many different reasons and ways. You know what I mean? And this did not, I didn't intend to have this be about my husband at all, but he really did save my life. And I say that all the time, and my mom kind of laughs, and she says it a little bit too. But I'm gonna stop actually, because I think I'm gonna cry. But I love being Muslim, and I love the community and the family that I've joined, and I love that my babies are gonna grow up to be Muslims that just, well, obviously they're Muslim now, but just knowing that they have that makes me so happy. So again, please do not ever assume that I am the type of woman that wears a scarf because she got married to a Muslim, because that's not the case. Us ladies over here, we love Islam. So yeah, that's my story, and I love you all, and I appreciate you listening. And if you have time, press the like button and share, please, so we can get more people involved in our little family we got going here. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, you know, put it in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.